Very good morning, students of class 11. We have completed chapter 2 in the previous class, and in chapter 2 exercise 2.10 we will be doing it later. In this class we will start a new chapter 4. The name of the topic is combinatorics and mathematical induction. Combinations and mathematical induction, we can even call like that. Combinatorics and mathematical induction is the 4th chapter. So while writing in your classwork, start this new chapter in a new page. Also fill the index column as well. First of all, in this chapter, 4th chapter, we will see what is meant by sum rule and product rule. So the first definition that we are going to see in this chapter is sum rule. If the first task can be completed in m different ways, and the second task or even I can call second task can be completed in n different ways, and if these cannot be performed simultaneously, then there are m plus n ways of doing either task. I think you will be getting confused by reading this definition. So we will read it once again. If the first task can be completed in m ways, task means any work, and second task can be completed in n ways, and if the condition is these means first task and second task cannot be performed simultaneously, at the same time we cannot perform two tasks, then the number of ways of doing either task is m plus n ways. Simply by an example, we can even say, suppose in a class consists of 20 boys and for example 22 girls. Suppose in a class there are 20 boys and 22 girls. Suppose if a teacher wants to select one student, suppose the teacher wants to select one student for a competition from the class. So just listen carefully. A class is having 42 students, out of which 20 boys are there, 22 girls. One student has to be selected for a competition from this class. So how many ways are there for the teacher to do this selection? The teacher can even select a boy, or even the teacher can select a girl. So just now you compare this with this definition. The first task is nothing but selecting a boy. The second task is nothing but selecting a girl. So the teacher, how many ways a teacher can select a boy? 20 ways, because 20 boys are present. So 20 ways are possible for the teacher to select a boy. Similarly, the second task is nothing but selecting a girl. How many ways the teacher will be having? 22 ways, because 22 girls are present in the class. The teacher can select anyone. But the teacher need only one student for the competition. Even that student may be a boy, or even that student may be a girl. So this, you just try to understand this. If these cannot be performed simultaneously, the meaning is the teacher cannot select one boy and one girl simultaneously. That is not possible, because the teacher wants only one student. Try to understand the sum rule. It is important to understand properly, then only you can do many problems by your own. If you don't understand the basics, it is tough for you. It is not tough, just try to analyze what I am telling. Again I repeat, the class contains 20 boys and 22 girls. The teacher has to select only one student, but the teacher can select a boy, or even the teacher can select a girl also. So first task is selecting a boy, second task may be considered as selecting a girl. but the teacher cannot do these two works simultaneously. That is, the teacher cannot select one boy and one girl because only one student has to be selected. So in this case, number of ways of selecting boys is 20. Number of ways of selecting a girl is 22. So this is M, this is N, but teacher want only one student. So in how many ways the teacher can select a student? 20 plus 22, 42 ways. That is called M plus N ways. 20 plus 22 ways. So the teacher is having 42 options. The teacher is having how many options for selecting one student? 42 options, or otherwise can be called as 42 ways. The teacher is having 42 ways to select a student for that competition. So try to understand the sum rule. This is M, capital M, and this is capital N, and these two tasks cannot be performed simultaneously, which means teacher cannot select boy as well as a girl. Only one student has to be selected. So in this case, we will add these two and tell the number of options. So try to understand what is meant by sum rule. Next we will go for product rule. So we will see what is product rule now. Product rule, first we will read the definition. Let a task work comprises of two procedures. Let a task comprises of two procedures. If the first can be completed in M ways and the second can be done in N ways, after the first procedure is done, then the total number of ways of completing the task is M into N. Again, I think you will be a little bit confused. So we will read the definition once again. Let a task comprises of two procedures, which means a work is having two procedures, two ways, two parts. If the first can be completed in M ways, second can be completed in N ways, after the first procedure is done, you should understand what is this. After the first procedure is done, second option is having N ways, then the total number of ways of completing the task is M into N. Again, we will see this through an example. Suppose a car is having two branches. Suppose a person want to buy a car. In the car, he is having two brands, and each brand is having three variants. You know what is meant by variants? That is petrol, diesel. So many varieties are present. So three variants are available in each brand, and in each variant it is having 5 colors are available. So the ultimate thing is the person has to buy a car. How many brands are available? 2 brands are available. In each brand he has 3 variants. Variants in the sense varieties. 3 variants, and each variant is having 5 colors. In one variant you will be having 5 colors. Similarly in other variant 5 colors you will be having. So in how many ways the person can buy this car? How to find out? If he wants to buy this car, only he is having 2 brands. So he is having 2 ways of selecting a brand. So to select a brand, the person is having 2 options. So 2. But in each brand, he is having 3 variants. Now after selecting the brand, he has to select the variant, right? After selecting the brand, the person needs to select the variants. So for selecting variants, how many options are available? 3 options are available. So 2 into 3. Now after completing or after selecting the variant, he has to decide the color. For deciding color, how many options are available for him? 5 options are available. So into 5. So this is called product rule. M into N. Here in the definition we said the task comprises of 2 procedures, but here the task carries 3 procedures. First one is brand, second one is variant, third one is color. For example, we said the task comprises of 2 procedures. In this example, the number of procedures is 3. First procedure is he has to select the brand. Second procedure is he has to select the variant after selecting the brand. And after selecting these two, he has to go for the color. So in this case, we cannot apply sum rule. We cannot say 2 plus 3 plus 5 because in each brand he is having 3 variants. In each variant he is having 5 colors. So first he has to select the brand, out of which what is the variant he has to select, out of which what is the color he has to decide. So this comes under product rule. So you should understand what is sum rule and what is product rule clearly. So this is the best example of buying a car. He is having 2 brands. So for selecting a brand, he is having 2 ways. Out of which what is the variant he has to choose. For that he has 3 ways. After selecting brand and variant, he needs to choose the color. For that he is having 5 ways. So 2 into 3 into 5, 30 ways he can buy this car. So 30 different types of options are available for him to buy this car. So try to understand. Now after completing this sum rule and product rule, we will see the formula that we know already. N of A union B is equal to N of A plus N of B minus N of A intersection B. This is the basic formula in union and intersection of sets. So this we are just recollecting it. The next thing that we see is factorials. Factorial, how to read this? N factorial. What is the meaning of factorial? N factorial means we should start from 1 and multiply up to n. 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into etc. up to the last term will be this number n. To understand in a simple way, 5 factorial meaning is 1 into 2 into 3 into 4 into 5. So starting from 1 we should go up to 5. Multiply all those numbers. That is called 5 factorial. Now can you tell what is 4 factorial by yourself? 4 factorial means what? Yes, 1 into 2 into 3 into 4. What is the meaning of 3 factorial? 1 into 2 into 3, which is 6. 3 factorial means 6. 4 factorial means 24. Here the 5 factorial means 2 3s are 6, 6 4s are 24, right? 24 into 5, 120. So factorial will be having some value because it is nothing but multiplication. So try to understand what is the meaning of factorial. Now with these concepts we will go for problems. Problem number 1. A person went to a restaurant for dinner. In the menu card, the person saw 10 Indian and 7 Chinese food items. In how many ways the person can select either an Indian or a Chinese food? So what is the meaning? The person has to select a food. Either it may be Indian or even it may be a Chinese food. No restriction are there. Again, the person is going for a dinner. In menu card he is having 10 Indian items and 7 Chinese food items. In how many ways the person can select either an Indian or a Chinese food? So what is the meaning? This will come in sum rule. Because why it is coming in sum rule? Because first thing can be done in how many ways? 10 ways, because 10 Indian food items are available. Second thing, he can select Chinese food items in 7 ways. But he can even select either an Indian or a Chinese food. It is not a compulsion that he has to select one and one. No, he has to select any one food. So how many options are available? 10 and 7. So 10 plus 7. 17 options are available for the person to order any type of food. Either Indian food or maybe it may be a Chinese food. So total number of ways of selecting the menu is 17. Try to understand. And we will go for the problem number 2. There are 3 types of toy car and 2 types of toy train available in a shop. Find the number of ways a baby can buy a toy car and a toy train. Again, what is the meaning? 3 types of toy car are available. 2 types of toy train are available in a shop. In how many ways the baby can buy a toy car and a toy train? So try to understand the meaning of here. And the word and is used, but here either an Indian or a Chinese food. Try to understand the difference. Here the baby has to buy one toy car as well as toy train. So how we do the sum is number of ways of buying toy car. So toy car can be bought. For that the baby is having 3 options because 3 types of toy cars are available. So number of ways of buying toy car is 3. Similarly, toy train, how many types are available? 2 types. So number of ways of buying toy train is 2. But what the baby has to do? The baby has to buy a toy car and a toy train. So number of ways of buying a toy car and a toy train is given by. Now we cannot say 3 plus 2, right? Why? Because the baby can select any one type of toy car. By keeping that fixed, the baby can change the toy train. So for fixing one type of toy car, the baby can select 2 type of toy train. Similarly, for fixing the second type, the baby can buy 2 types of toy train. By fixing the third type, baby can again buy 2 types of toy train. So for one type of toy car, the baby is having 2 options for toy train. So we cannot apply sum rule, we should apply product rule. So we should multiply these two numbers, 3 into 2, 6 options are available. Try to understand, because of the word and, a toy car and a toy train has to be selected. For toy car we are having 3 options. For toy train we are having 2 options. So in how many ways the baby can buy this? 6 ways, because 3 into 2, 6. So try to understand. Any doubt you can post a question and just text to me. So I'll try to explain you. We'll move for the next sum. Problem number 3. How many 2-digit numbers can be formed using 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 without repetition of digits? I think the question is very direct. How many 2-digit numbers can be formed using these 5 digits without repetition of digits? You know what is meant by repetition, right? Repeating with the digits without repetition, which means same number cannot come again. That is the meaning. Since 2-digit numbers is what we want, we have drawn 2 boxes here. First box, second box. How many numbers are available for us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So totally 5 numbers are available. So clearly first box can be filled in how many ways? 5 ways. We can use any one of these 5 numbers in the first box. So first box can be filled using 5 ways. Similarly, second box can be filled by 4 ways. Why I am telling 4 ways? Repetition is not allowed. Without repetition, so same number cannot come here. If I used 2 in the first box, I cannot use 2 in the second box. So one number will go. Balance 4 numbers are available for the second box. So number of ways of filling the second box is 4. So how many total 2-digit numbers are available? Therefore total 2-digit numbers that can be formed is equal to, first box we can fill in 5 ways. Suppose I am fixing 2 here. I can change 1, 3, 4, 5 in the second box, right? By fixing 2 in the first box, I can change 4 numbers in the second box. So starting with 2, I will have 4 2-digit numbers. Similarly, if I fix 1, again I can change 4 numbers in the second box. So this comes under product rule. So we are multiplying these 2 numbers, 5 into 4. 22-digit numbers we can form using these 5 digits, right? Using product rule. Question number 4. 4 children are running a race. In how many ways can the first 2 places be filled? Second subdivision. In how many different ways could they finish the race? 4 children are running a race. How many ways can the first 2 places be filled? So what I am doing is, first place, totally 4 children are running. So first place, how many options are available? 4 options are available because 4 children are running. First place, any 4 of them can get. So 4 ways first place can go. Similarly for second place, only 3 ways because one person will get first place, means out of 4 children we are having 3 children. So 3 options are available for the second place. So question is, in how many ways can the first 2 place be filled? So what I have to do? Sum rule or product rule? Yes, product rule, because by after getting the first place, remaining any 3 students can win the second place. So it will come in product rule. So what will be the next line? So the next line is, the first 2 places can be filled by 4 into 3 because of product rule. 4 into 3, 12 ways the first 2 places can be filled. In fact, second subdivision is homework, but I'll just tell the question. In how many different ways could they finish the race? Finish the race means they have to distribute the prizes. Suppose first place can be filled in, since 4 children are available. First place we have 4 options. Second place 3, third place 2, right? So when product rule, apply product rule, 4 into 3 into 2, right? 4 3s are 12, 12 into 2 is 24 ways the prizes can be distributed, or 24 ways they can finish the race. That is the answer for the second subdivision, which is not written here. We will move for the fifth sum. How many numbers are there between 100 and 500 with the digits? Some digits are given to us. 2 cases they are asking the question. First one, repetition of digits allowed, which means numbers can repeat. Repetition of digits is not allowed, numbers cannot repeat. Again I repeat, how many numbers are there between 100 and 500 with the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So totally 6 digits they have given. First condition, digits can repeat. Second condition, it cannot repeat. So first subdivision we are taking. So repetition of digits allowed. Repetition allowed. Now between 100 and 500, what is the meaning? 101 to 499. This is the meaning. Right? What are the digits given to us? These 6 digits that I have written here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I can easily say 101 to 499 means all are 3 digit numbers only. 101 to 499. So I have drawn 3 boxes. Now see, first box, how many ways I can fill? I cannot use 0 in the first box because it will not be a 3 digit number. So 0 cannot be used in the first box. Remaining 5 numbers are available. But I cannot use 5 also because the numbers that I am having should be only from 101 to 499. So first number cannot be 5 because 500 will come. Try to understand, 0 cannot come in the first box, 5 cannot come in the first box. Why 5 cannot come? Because we are having numbers only up to 499. So 5 cannot come, 0 cannot come. Only 1, 2, 3, 4 can come in the first box. So 4 ways. Second box, since repetition is allowed, same number also can come in the second box. So all the 6 numbers can be filled in the second box. Similarly, third box, all the 6 numbers can be filled. So total number of ways is 4 into 6 into 6. So that is 144 ways. We will go for the second subdivision, which means repetition of digits is not allowed. Repetition not allowed. Again we have 3 boxes. 6 digits we are having. Now the first box, again we cannot use 0, we cannot use 5. So 4 options are available for the first box. So 4 ways. Second box, repetition is not allowed, which means I cannot use the same number which I have used in the first box. Try to understand. Now, so how many numbers I can use in the second box? 5 numbers. What are the 5 numbers? Apart from the first box number, the remaining 5 can be used in the second box. So 5 ways. Which means third box, since I have used 2 numbers here, third box can be filled by remaining 4 numbers. So total number of ways is 4 into 5 into 4. So 80 ways are there. So try to understand. So 80 numbers are available here. Here 144 numbers are available between 101 to 499. Moving on to the next sum. Problem number 6. Find the value of 3 factorial minus 2 factorial. So these are all simple sums. We know what is meant by factorial. Just now in the beginning I have explained what is meant by factorial. So directly we are using those concepts here. 3 factorial minus 2 factorial is equal to, what is 3 factorial? 1 into 2 into 3. That is the meaning of 3 factorial. Minus 2 factorial means 1 into 2. So multiplying this, the answer is 6. Multiplying this, the answer is 2. So 6 minus 2 is 4 is the answer for 3 factorial minus 2 factorial. Moving on to question number 7. Find the value of 12 factorial by 9 factorial into 3 factorial. Again the concept is very same. 12 factorial, what is the meaning? Starting from 1, I should multiply up to 12. So 1, 2, 3, 12 I have written. See the denominator, 9 factorial. So starting from 1, we should write up to 9. 3 factorial, what we have to do? Starting from 1, write up to 3. Now if you see 1, 1, 2, 3 up to 9, here also 1, 2, 3 up to 9. So up to this, this gets cancelled. What is remaining? 10, 11, 12. What is remaining here? 2 and 3. 2 gets cancelled with 10, 3 gets cancelled with 12. So it becomes 5 and 4. So remaining is 5, 11, 4. 5 into 11 into 4. 5 into 4 is 20 into 11. 11 into 20 is 220. These are all simple calculations. You have to multiply properly. Question number 8. Find the value of n plus 3 factorial by n plus 1 factorial. Don't get confused because number is not given. Instead of number, some unknown is given. N plus 3 factorial by n plus 1 factorial. No need to get confused. Factorial means we know the meaning. So n plus 3 factorial means again we should start from 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. We should end at n plus 3. Because 5 factorial means starting from 1 we should write up to 5. N plus 3 factorial means starting from 1 we should write up to n plus 3. What will present before n plus 3? N plus 2. What will present before n plus 2? N plus 1. What will present before 4? 3. Before 3, 2. Just reducing 1. N plus 3, reduce 1, you will get n plus 2. Reduce 1, n plus 1. Reduce 1, n. If you reduce 1, n minus 1 will come. So 1, 2, 3, 4, n, n plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3. Similarly, n plus 1 factorial. Starting from 1, go up to n plus 1. N into n plus 1. So if you see, starting from 1 to n plus 1, 1 to n plus 1 gets cancelled. So only these two remains. That is what I have written here, n plus 2 into n plus 3. So it is the final answer. Moving on to the 9th sum. Question number 9. Evaluate n factorial by r factorial into n minus r factorial when n value is 6, r value is 2. So very simple, n value, r value they have given. They are asking us to calculate this. So writing the question and substituting the value. In place of n, write 6. So 6 factorial. In place of r, put 2. 2 factorial. N minus r, 6 minus 2 factorial. So 6 factorial, 2 factorial, 6 minus 2 is 4. So 4 factorial. What is 6 factorial? 1 to 6. 2 factorial, 1 into 2. 4 factorial, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 gets cancelled. 5, 6 remains. Cancel this 2 and 6. 3 comes. 5 into 3. 15 is the answer. Question number 10. Find the value of n if 1 by 8 factorial plus 1 by 9 factorial is equal to n by 10 factorial. This is the condition given. Using this condition we need to find n value. So this is condition given, I have written as it is. So 1 by 8 factorial. Now try to understand what is the meaning of 9 factorial starting from 1 to 9. So shall I write like this, 8 factorial into 9? 9 factorial can be written as 8 factorial into 9, because 8 factorial means what? 1 to 8. If I combine 9, it will become 9 factorial. So 9 factorial can be written as 8 factorial into 9. Similarly, 10 factorial can be written as 8 factorial into 9 into 10, because 8 factorial 1 to 8 we will be having here. So 9 and 10 is present here, which means combinedly we can say this is 10 factorial. So 10 factorial is written as 8 factorial into 9 into 10. Now I can cancel 8 factorial in all the terms, because all terms is having 8 factorial. I can cancel that. So what remains here? 1. Here 1 by 9. Here 9 into 10 is 90. So n by 90. Cross multiply this. 9 ones are 9 plus 1. 10 by 9 equal to n by 90. 9 and 90 gets cancelled. So it becomes 10 here. Now just cross multiply this 10 here. 10 into 10 becomes 100. So n value is 100. Find the value of n they asked. We found out n value is 100. So try to understand all these sums and write the chapter in a new page. Fill the index column. Revise the 2 chapters that we have completed so far. Even revise the 3rd chapter up to date. And don't forget to write and practice. Homework sums will be given. Do it and send it to me. Any doubts in this chapter, you can call and ask your doubts. Thank you, children.